Joyce Vanus is my name, and I'm from Nigeria, and all my life I've stayed in Nigeria. I have never traveled before. Last year was my first time of traveling, leaving Nigeria. Since I was born, I've been there. So I came to Europe last year. The situation in Nigeria, I don't know the word to qualify it, because people are suffering there. People are really suffering because the problem we have in Nigeria is our government. They are the problem we have. If our governments they know what is going on. They come to Europe. They see things that is going on in Europe. Nigeria is a rich country. I know that is a rich country, but our government, they don't want to use the money to develop the place. And could you imagine that there are things that is going on there? We don't have lights, we don't have good roads, no schools, you know. The schools they have there is mainly made for, as in private school. As if you don't have money, you can't go to school. You know, the government school, they said it's free, but it's not free. And we know that it's not free, we that are there. But they said it's free, but it's not free. I didn't go to school. I was telling my mentor was like, you didn't go to school, you can speak English like this. I said, I learned. When I was in the village, there's this man that is a rich man, you know, average rich, let me put it that way. He has children, and whenever they come to the village for holiday, when they come, you know, I always go close to them, you know. I play with them whenever they are around, you know. Those were the people who taught me how to read, how to speak English, because they told me that anywhere you go in this world, that if you know how to speak English, that is going to help me. I learned how to make hair. I'm a stylist. If you see my hair, and I do it by myself. Should I open it so that you see? Listen.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
I made it by myself. Yeah. Because there's no Africa shop here. There's no Africa salon here, you know. I left Nigeria. It's close to here now. That was December 5th last year that I left Mulitala Mohammed Airport in Lagos, and I took a flight from there to Morocco. From Morocco, I transited from there to Spain. So from Spain, I came to Latvia. So this boy that I was dating, before the father died, the father has a land, and he gave the land to him because he was the first child of the father. So when he was sick, then I was pregnant. So he now said, this is the land I inherited from my father, and I want to will it to you and my unborn child, so that when you give birth to the child, both of you can manage the land, you know, use it to be farming. When he died, he has a younger brother. So the younger brother came up and he was like, that land belongs to our father, as in my father. My brother cannot give you the land because he is my father too. So I told him that when your brother was alive, he gave me the land. He know that you were there before he gave me the land. He said, no, that is their family land, that I don't have the right to take the land. That was the issue I have then when I was there, before I gave birth to my daughter. So that was the issue I was having, and it became a threat to my life, that if I didn't give him the land, that is going to kill me, and is going to do a lot of things to my family. In our land is a custom and tradition, because I too was circumcised, you know. So that's the custom and tradition, that if you have a female child, she must be circumcised. When I gave birth to her, and I said no, that I'm not going to circumcise her. And they said I must circumcise her, that is the custom and tradition of the land. In short, that was what leads to the death of my daughter. And after the death, the husband, as in the brother to my boyfriend, started threatening me here and there that if I don't leave the land for him, that is going to kill me. So that was just the main reason why I decided to leave Nigeria. And then I was not having anybody that could help me to leave Nigeria, you know. So I was there until I met a lady. So when I met her, and she asked me how about my life. So I told her everything that has been going on all these years to me. I explained everything to her. So she now asked me that if I would like to travel out of this country. I said, I said, I would be very happy. But I was told that if you want to travel out of the country, you must have money, you know, stuff like that. And I told her, you know, I'm from poor background and I don't have money to sponsor myself or stuff like that. So she now said, no, that I shouldn't worry, that she's going to help me. I was very happy. I said, you are going to help me? She said, yes. I left Nigeria to Europe. When I got to Spain, outside of the airport, I was outside. And I saw one man, and he held a paper like this, and I saw my picture, and he was saying, is this me? I said, this is me. He said, how are you? I said, I'm fine. He said, are you dry? I said, yeah. It's okay. He said, come. That's I follow him. So when I follow him, he took me to one house. So he told me that I shouldn't worry, that everything will be fine. So after some days, he now called me that, did I know the reason why I came to Europe? I said, I don't understand that kind of question. He said, I'm going to do prostitution work here, that the money they use in bringing me, I have to pay. Anybody that they brought from Africa or wherever to Europe, he needs to pay. I said, okay, how am I going to pay this money and how much am I going to pay? He said, first and foremost, the money you are going to pay is going to be 30,000 euro. I said, what? 30,000 euro? And I asked, do you know how much is 30,000 euro? If you calculated it in Nigerian money, that's about million. You understand? I won't lie you, throughout that night I could not sleep. I was thinking, I said, God, what kind of life is this? Where am I going to get this money from? Where I am now, I don't know where I am. I don't know any place. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm coming from. What kind of thing is this? So when I came out of the house that day, so I just went to the street. I was throwing. So I go to a corner, one place, and I sat down there. I was thinking, tears was running out of my eye. I was crying. I said, God, what kind of life is this? Is this how I'm going to live my life? To go and do prostitution work? So when I was just there, thinking about my life, thinking so many things there, that was how I met one girl. I explained everything to her. She now said, okay, don't worry, everything will be fine, okay? He said I shouldn't worry, that she will be traveling to Germany very soon. That will I like to go with her to Germany and run away from this place? I said, if I have the opportunity to run, I will run. I want to run. I want to leave this place. I don't want to stay here again. I'm tired. I just want to run away. That if the government know that I'm here, it's going to be a problem to her. So our advice is that she has a place that she will take me to. I said, where is the place? He said she's going to take me to the government. I said, I hope they're not going to harm me or they're not going to do anything to me. He said, no, it's no problem. That she's going to take me to the government. When I got there, she just showed me the place that this is the gate that I should go, that they will attend to me, that they will put me in a house where I will stay, that I don't have any problem. From there, I can live my life. From there, they took me to one camp that is called the Musta. They took me there. So I spent close to 3 weeks there. So they did the interview for me. So when they did interview for me, I explained everything, how I came. So when my result came, and they now told me that they have to take me to Lakeland. I said, They said I can't seek my asylum here in Deutschland, that I have to go to Lettland. I said, where is Lettland? I said, where is Lettland? They said it's the place that gave me visa to come to Europe. I said, Lettland? I've not heard of that word before in my life. They say that's the place that gave me visa to come to. I didn't know that it was Latvia. And then when they mentioned Latvia, I would have understood that it's Latvia. They said Lettland. I said, Lettland? This place is very, very different from my country, where I came from. Many things. One, light. 247, Europe, there doesn't light. In my place, there's light. Anyhow, you know, sometimes a week you will not even have light. Sometimes days you will not have light, you know. And here you have light 247. 24 hours a day you see light, you know. And I also see people, especially children, they go to school and they said it's free, you know. I'm so happy when I saw it, because it does not happen in my place, you know. When you see things that you cannot do and you see the people that are doing it, you need to appreciate them. That's it. Alta.
Alta?
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Ata.
Goodbye. Labrit. Labi.